What's up, and welcome to Tipsy Gossip. I can't even talk. I'm Ras Mixx. Of course, we have Marcy Diamond in the building.
Hello.
We have Kinshok. How you ladies doing tonight?
Good.
That's good.
Pretty good.
That's good. That's good. How you been since last week? Since we talked last week, anything interesting, new and exciting going on?
My son had his gallbladder removed. That's about it.
Oh, jeez, that's a lot.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He had it done yesterday, so he's not feeling that great. I've been having to take care of him back and forth, running up and down the hallway. So I might have to do that. But his pain was intense yesterday, but today he says it's a little better.
Well, that's good, as long as he's getting better.
Yep. Speedy recovery.
Yeah, considering there's only been one day, so yeah, it's kind of rough. So, where do you wish to start tonight?
How about, what do you know about the Brian Flores situation?
Brian Flores was a coach of the Miami Dolphins. He was given pretty much not that much to work with this year. They started terrible. He turned things around, and they were up on going in the positive direction. And after the season, he was fired. So then, everybody's like, that's shocking that they fired him considering what he's done with his team. And now in the offseason, it's the hiring time, so they interviewing coaches, and whatnot. And he goes on an interview. Well, he has an interview with the Giants on a Thursday, and it was like a Monday or Tuesday. And the coach from New England texted him, was like, "Congrats on getting the job. I just heard, you're getting the job. You're the man now for the Giants." He's like, "Oh, for real? That's news to me." And it was like going back and forth. He was like, "Wait, are you sure you're talking to the right Brian? Because I'm Brian. This is Brian Flores. You might be talking about Brian DeBall, the new coach of the Giants." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I was texting the wrong Brian." So then he goes in. So he goes in an interview on Thursday, and then Friday they announced they hired the other coach. Yeah, so he went, because they had the Rooney Rule in the NFL where you had to interview one minority coach. I mean, it sounds good, but what's happening is they bring in these coaches just for these sham interviews, just to say they did it, and that's what he feels he's been going through for these past couple of years is sham interviews, and then they just, they know who they want, but they got to interview, a minority, so that's what happens.
Man, I saw that. I didn't know who he was the coach of before, but I saw where he was reading text messages. Was it Belichick that was?
Yeah, it was Belichick.
And he was like, "Oh, congrats, you got the job." And then he's like, "Wait, but I haven't even interviewed for it yet." He's thinking to himself. And then, yep, I was like, wow, that's shitty as hell.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been talk of that where black coaches get these interviews, and it's like, they make it sound like they're interested, but really not. They just kind of, get that rule taken care of.
And then it seemed like he was like, while I'm at it, they were trying to pay me $100,000 per game.
Oh yeah, to lose. Oh yeah, he's going through. He's just gonna let everybody have it, So
they said he's going to be like the Colin Kaepernick of coaches.
I mean, it's been something that people have been knowing. It's been going on, but now he's had enough of it. He said, "I know I'm risking my career, but I feel this is the right thing to do as far as I'm concerned." So I agree with him. Sometimes you got to blow everything up.
Yeah, today my husband was telling me that there's so many great guys that are black that could be coaches, but they're only coordinators. And he's like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so like Byron Leftwich, Eric Bieniemy, a couple of coaches who, won Super Bowls with their talents. And usually when a team wins a Super Bowl, all the coaches, assistant coaches get interviews right away and get hired up. But for some reason, they win the Super Bowls and not going nowhere. So that just shows you.
Jesus.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Poor guy. I hope he gets somewhere with this.
They're going to settle it out of court like they did with Kaepernick, and he's going to get some large sum amount.
Wow.
And then mainstream media is going to dog him out and make him say like he only took like a low amount. That's what they usually do.
Arbitration, so nobody he has to hear the real truth.
Right. Arbitration. Yeah.
The mysterious voice in the back.
Yeah. He says arbitration.
Yeah, so we don't get to hear what really happened.
We won't hear what really happened because
yeah.
they'll settle it.
Oh yeah, you were never gonna hear what really happened. So
That's incredible.
So hopefully something comes out of it, fingers crossed. But NFL has a lot of money, and they will
Yeah.
keep you in court until you use up all your money trying to pay for these lawyers. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'm talking to the lady that's gonna fix my fucking hair.
What's wrong with it?
Go ahead.
I just wanted to know what's wrong with it. I think it looks nice.
I got it cut and they chopped the first front layers to this, which they shouldn't be that short. It should be as long as it was, which was to here. And then all these short little layers, I got like holes in my hair where, I don't know, like right here. I don't know if you can see how short this is. That just pissed me off. It just pissed me off. The whole
Well,
thing.
it's not what you want, but it does not look bad.
Thanks.
Yeah, it doesn't look. I was looking at our old interviews, and your hair was like down to here. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of different hairstyles since we've been doing this.
Yeah.
I hope you get that taken care of. Don't beat anybody up. So let me see, where were we? Brian Flores. Hopefully something comes out of it. I think he'll get some money out of it. I mean, like I said, it's still out of court. I'm kind of congested, excuse me. So let's talk about the big story.
Okay.
I've been talking about this all week. Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. I mean, I wonder if this is expected, or did he just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep nutting her until a baby comes, because that's what I would have been doing.
Yeah,
because she's a billionaire, so I would just been keep shooting it up until we get to where we're going.
So if anything were to happen between them, he wouldn't owe her $1.
I hope not.
Nope.
I mean, but I want to say, would you mess it up? I'm pretty sure there are men who will mess that up.
I'm hoping he doesn't.
Stupid.
She seems like she really loves him, so I hope not.
They seem like, I mean, in picture wise, yeah, they seem like they really got a thing for each other. I mean, she looks beautiful in these pictures. I could look at these all day.
Yeah, she does look good. I'll be right back.
Kinshok?
I don't know. I guess this is my conservative side coming out. I don't like those pictures.
What don't you like? Because her belly's out?
Yeah. And it's not that I'm judging her, that I'm thinking something bad about her. I would not feel like my baby was protected if I didn't have my coat over it or a shirt over it, and that's just me being weird. I mean, I'm not it's not the exposed skin that have a problem with. It's that I just feel like she's not protecting her baby, because every time I see these pictures, I put my hands across my own belly and I'm like, protect your baby. So, but
I'm pretty sure nobody's getting close to her to do anything, or
I agree, but that's just my own craziness going on there. I just would not have, when I was pregnant, never let my belly be exposed, because I just felt that was dangerous to my baby. But as far as those two go, like she said, they do seem to care about each other, and I hope. But what I don't know that she's gonna understand is that her body's gonna change, her time to do things is gonna change, and
Yep.
well, as far as her body change, I'm pretty sure they're already putting cocoa butter on her belly so that she doesn't get the lines. And then if she does, I'm pretty sure she can go get that taken care of, or little surgery here and there. But
That's
She's,
not the only changes that a woman's body goes through
I'm just,
when she has a baby.
fine. We know that. I'm just saying that, as far as the appearance wise, it's it's not going to be, a lot of people snap back from it. So if you got the money, you can snap back. It's just trainers and the
Oh,
right
yeah.
diet and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
They gonna take care of her to make sure she's on point. And hold on one second. Oh, wait. Let me bring that down. Speaking of pregnancies, did you see? Let me find it. The Brat and her
No.
fiance announced that they have a baby on the way. So the Brat, for a long time, nobody even knew she was. Well, there was rumors that she was gay, but she finally came out and just admitted she was gay. And she has a beautiful wife.
Yeah.
I mean, so they're expecting their first baby.
That's
It's
cool.
been lost in the news with all these babies. With Rihanna getting pregnant, announcing her pregnancy the same week, you're not gonna get any coverage.
True.
But the Brad is pregnant. She's expecting her first baby. Any thoughts on that? What you think?
That's cool. I wonder who. Well, it's her baby, the lady, but I wonder who was the donor. Wonder if they went through a service to get like the smartest, tallest, most handsome. You know how they do that? Highest GPA.
If the Brad comes to me and said, "Would you get my girl pregnant?" Before my vasectomy, I would like, hell yeah. Give me 2.5 minutes. I got you.
Yep.
You might get twins out of it. So you know what I'm saying? Here we go. What's up?
That is cool.
Them hips is
I
hipping.
always love the way the Brat does her hair and makeup. I swear to God, her hair always looks so dope.
Yeah, I was from Chicago. That's Chicago style. So
cool.
also speaking of pregnancies, Nick Cannon, the man doesn't stop. He's getting a lot of criticism for this one though.
Really?
Because they were saying that he was creating his baby while his other baby was dying.
That's true.
So it gets to a point like, what are you doing now? You just lost a kid. You announcing that you have another one on the way. Like, that's kind of.
He don't seem to give two fucks either.
I mean, and everybody's talking about like, what kind of father is he going to be to these 8 kids? Because there's no way you can be there for all of them.
Right?
I mean, you have the money, but I mean, money only gets you so far.
Yep.
Are they all in the same general area? Or are they across the country? Where are these women at? Is he going to have a
saw
count?
where he called himself responsible, and I thought that was kind of funny. He said, "I'm a very responsible person," and I thought, I guess that's a matter of opinion because I don't think that's responsible to have 8 kids that you're not in the home with. If you're not in the home and that was because you got a divorce and y'all just didn't get along, that's understandable. That's one thing. But if you're not in the home because you're just out there spreading babies all over, to me that's different. That's by choice you're not in the home. I don't think that's that good.
Yeah, because there's no way he could be 100% dad to all of them. I mean,
Yep.
as a father, you want to be there for everything, and they're all gonna be the same age. Like, Dad, I got my first basketball game. Well, Dad, I do too. Dad, I do too.
Yep.
I have a band concert tomorrow. Are you gonna be there? Something's gonna be. I mean, unless he's gonna buy this big compound and have all this,
Yep.
all the kids and all their mothers there living there.
Yep.
Don't give him any ideas.
I mean, would that be reality TV? Nick Cannon and all his kids and how they're functioning and everything. Would you watch that?
Man, I would just to see what it's like.
I would watch a couple episodes.
I'd
just
have
to see.
I bet it would be the poppinest show out there too.
Because Nick Cannon could put together a show. That's one thing he can do. He can put together a show. So do you think there's a big problem with him doing this, or do you think he'll stop after this, after losing one, and the backlash he's starting to get? Do you think he's done?
I don't think he's gonna stop.
What number do you think he's going for?
He's just endless, just gonna keep on popping them out. I don't think he's gonna stop.
I mean, is he unless he's coming up on a billion, I can't even talk. He's just gonna be just leaking money. I mean,
Yep.
But there's like I don't want to say it's a mental disorder, but there is a condition where men feel like they want to procreate as much as they can before they die. I don't know what possesses them to do so, but they will impregnate as many women as they can, and it brings them some kind of joy.
Wow.
And and in their mind, they love all the women and the children. They really do, and but it's a mental thing. I don't want to call it a mental disorder because you can't get disability for it. But it is a mental. It has something to do with like the chemical makeup of their brains that brings them joy, and they're a proud father. They love the women that they have the children. They're selective about the women that they have the children with. It's not like they'll just impregnate anybody. But maybe that's what he's got going on.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm the exact opposite. I don't want to impregnate no more women. You know, I love women, and I just don't want to put them through pregnancy, and I don't want to deal with them afterwards. So, what's the easy way to do it? Don't get them pregnant. I mean, you want to, and I've been heard. I can't get pregnant. I can't get pregnant. Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm just going to make sure that I can't get you pregnant, so we don't have to worry about it.
True.
And plus a lot of stuff that women take to avoid that really tears up their body. So I'm looking out for them, because a lot of those pills make them crazy. Because I dealt with that before.
Right.
She got on some new birth control and she was nutty, and I was like, "Yikes! I don't know who this is anymore."
Yeah, they can really, because it's messing with your hormones.
Exactly, and she just completely flipped to who she was, and I was like, "Oh boy, yeah." And IUDs can come out; those ain't 100%. So
dang.
And they can cause you issues if they turn or move or something. So, well.
Can you have a stroke? I think my ex's mom had a stroke from an IUD. I remember hearing about that. That was when I say ex, I was 18.
I was about to say, how old was this woman getting an IUD?
Yeah.
It probably created a blood clot that broke loose.
Yeah, that could be.
And I mean, the actual physical placement didn't cause the stroke. It probably created a blood clot.
True.
And I didn't realize a lot of people have no idea what a vasectomy is. People were on Twitter like you was cutting your nuts off. Like, no, you're not. They have no idea what a vasectomy is. People don't understand how the body works at for one, and they don't know a damn thing about any type of surgeries or anything of that nature. It's like, yo, what's going on in the school system? Right? They just failing these kids, or what's going on?
I don't think they're teaching them about vasectomies.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. They need to learn about this stuff.
Well, they do teach them about female monthlies, and these people still grow up and don't understand how they work, what's happening, and some of them are women, which really scares me.
If you're a woman, you don't know how that works. I mean, that's pretty sad. You need to do some. I don't know what you need to do. You need to figure out your body before anybody. I mean, that's ridiculous. Because I'm not gonna act like I know the most about that type of stuff. I don't, because I'm a man. I mean, I'm just gonna admit it. So I know I like I'm professional at women's bodies, but sorry for you. You know what I'm saying? But that's hey.
Yeah, it does suck, but it's nice when you're not the only one taking responsibility for not getting pregnant. So it's nice when a man has kind of like you taken that on and said, I'm also practicing birth control because not I don't I haven't heard of many men that do that.
Well, I'm not gonna tell my family's business, but you know what I'm saying. Well, I mean, I had wanted to get one years ago, but then the pandemic hit and I had to wait. So I was very careful those last pandemic years.
Yeah,
Not
good.
very, very careful, even though I wasn't, just leave it
Right.
at that. I was careful.
Right. Good.
Speaking of kids,
Okay.
just take one look at this. Give me your first thought.
They
This is the new Minnie Mouse. This is
look
the
like
new Minnie Mouse.
pajamas.
It makes no sense. Okay, I get what you're trying to say, but they already have Minnie Mouse in pants outfits and all types of outfits. What is so wrong with her wearing a dress and little mouse high heels?
And
In
what's so wrong with anybody being a woman anymore? It's like it's being a woman's not celebrated anymore, and it's getting on my nerves.
This is in Disney Paris. It's not even here. Why are
Still,
people here losing their mind?
I'm not losing my mind. I just said if they gonna
No,
change it, make the outfit better.
It looks like
That's all.
pajamas.
It is
Pajamas.
pajamas.
Yeah.
no, it's supposed to be a pantsuit.
That's
They
is
needed
that.
to make the shoulders a little bigger to make it a pantsuit, but
Right.
I mean, they put her in these this
You're not
bright
even
blue.
called a woman having a baby anymore. You're called a birthing person. It's just getting ridiculous. Like, where are you celebrated being a woman at anymore? Like, it's not cool to be a woman. We have to water everything down now and just why can't there be a woman in a dress? If Disney was so concerned about this, wanting everybody to feel included, create a whole new character so that you have the one in the dress, which could be a woman, the one in this one, and Mickey Mouse. Why couldn't you make three? Make everybody happy.
I don't remember the specific reason why they did this, but they did this for like I don't know if it's celebrating women's literature or something like that, but it's for a specific reason. This isn't her permanent outfit. She's just
Yay.
in this to um celebrate something. And then she'll go back to wearing her iconic red dress. It's not a big deal, but
Well, M&Ms are a big deal to me.
oh
Oh,
God, don't get me started on the boots. I didn't even know the brown one had on stiletto heels. So,
you mean
but
the green one?
no, the
Yeah,
green
so
one had on go-go boots. The brown one had on stiletto heels.
Let me pull that up. Hold on one
so
second.
you can't be a woman anymore. You just got to be all washed out.
It it's not a matter of being all washed out.
But that's my point. Let us have our heels if that's how you were showing a woman having heels. Put somebody that's not wearing the heels that is binary, and then put. Why can't you make everything for everybody if you're so concerned?
They not concerned. They just want to. They know they're gonna get the attention by changing it up and causing a little bit of controversy. They probably gonna end up changing it back, just to get that little bit of press, which they don't really need because everybody loves M and M's. Have you ever met somebody who say
Exactly.
they don't like M and M's? If somebody
My
told me I don't
granddaughter.
like, if they told me I don't like M and M's, I'm looking at them funny. I don't need to be around you.
Right,
Get away
right,
from me. We're not gonna get along. How you not like M and M's? So
right.
She doesn't like chocolate. But my question is this. Mickey Mouse is fictional. M&Ms are candy. What does it matter what they're wearing? I mean, I get the nostalgia of, this is the way they always were, but what? I mean,
when you break it down that way, obviously it's candy, and it's when we break it down like that, it doesn't matter. But I just liked it. I liked Minnie Mouse the way she was, and I feel like if you're gonna introduce what you're trying to introduce, don't take something away to introduce something else. Just introduce it on its own and leave everything else as it was. Why do you have to change something to make other people, the 4% of the population, happy and take it away from all the rest of the people that liked it? Just
but
introduce something new.
but now remember I said that they did this for a specific event. She's going to go back to wearing her iconic dress. Does that change your opinion of it?
Of course.
Because it's not permanent.
Right. I never knew that.
It's just a temporary thing. It's going to go back to what it was. So it's the change that you have a problem with, not the pantsuit.
Right, because I don't wear dresses or skirts. I'm not a dress or skirt person. I only wear pants anyway. So I don't care. But I just thought, why take something away from the way she used to look? The fact that you were celebrating that she was a female. Old, new.
Yeah, they took the boots off of green. That's the major change. They made they took the stilettos off of brown. They tied up Orange's shoes. Red pretty much looks the same except for his shoes. He got, laces on his shoes.
They're not that bad.
Like I said, they just wanted to create a story.
Hey, at least they still got one with high heels, which is the brown one. I'm happy.
Master K says, I feel on them girls are saying about the dresses that Minnie is wearing. Okay. He likes Minnie in the dress. I don't know. It's just the way of times, I guess. Everything has to change.
But women should still be celebrated. And I feel like when you're taking that shit away, I want to see them in the high heels. I think that shit's cool. Leave it as it was. But introduce something new if you want to accommodate everybody.
Okay, so you're not saying that in order to be feminine or a woman, you have to wear dresses and heels. You're just saying,
I don't.
You're just saying introduce a different character or whatever.
Yeah, to make everybody
to represent
happy.
that.
Right.
Okay, that's fair.
I never wear dresses. I never wear skirts. I don't wear heels anymore. I just think, why change it for the people that like that and that relate to that? Or, hey, I wear heels. She's so cute. I'm going to buy this for my daughter or whatever. Now, if everybody's in flats, it's like, what? It sounds dumb when I'm breaking down about an M&M character. It sounds really stupid.
No, it doesn't, because what you're saying is you don't like change. It's not that you're saying you're pissed off about M&Ms. You're saying I don't like change.
Right.
And that's valid. That's a valid feeling to say I don't like change. Lots of people don't like change. Because honestly, all the guy M&Ms, I didn't know what they had on their feet.
Me neither.
They had generic, like just generic shoes on.
But I knew what the two women M&Ms had on their feet.
I only thought one M&Ms had high heels.
Me too. I never really looked at brown.
Well, I know green because my daughter
brown happens to be smart with some glasses too, if you notice that.
And she's gay.
Oh, I didn't know that. Cool.
So it's a gay M&M?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you know that?
She says it in. Okay, this is saying way too much about me, but like I follow M&Ms and stuff on like the website and
right.
Don't look at me like
Oscar.
that.
I follow Elmo and Oscar, so go ahead.
But like if you go into like the M&M's website and everything, they have like their bios and everything, and she says it somewhere in there.
Wow, see? That's fine. Like, and she's wearing heels too. I think that's cool.
Stop laughing at me. He's just like smirking at me. So
I didn't say a word. Why are you feel so paranoid?
I'm not paranoid. I'm embarrassed. I'm surprised I'm not blushing, but
Hey, thanks. Shout out to 215 Master K and Young Kid 2K. Make sure you share the stream, give us a thumbs up,
Yes.
all that good stuff. Comment, let us know where you from and what any questions you have for the group. All right, so let's get into this story. Speaking of women, celebrating women, Miss USA 2009, 2019. I'm sorry,
Right.
adding years on her life. She, you know the story. What's the story? What happened? I'm not.
So sad. She jumped from the ninth story, I think it was, of her building. She lived up there in New York, and she left behind some letter about didn't want to turn 30, was feels like that's old. I guess she felt like it was old because she's on TV and she's a correspondent on Extra on the show, and just felt like in Hollywood you're kind of expendable if you're an older woman, and she didn't want to grow old. I just feel so bad that that would be your reason to jump. And from what I hear, when she won the 2019 Miss USA, she was older than a lot of the girls that compete. So they were like congratulating her, and on that was like a major milestone that she was older than most of the girls competing. Really pretty, really smart. She was a lawyer. Really sad. Chesley Christ, I think was her name.
Yeah, Chesley Chris.
I see her on TikTok still. Like her videos pop up.
So
She seemed so lively and happy, but damn, you just never know. And she had just written some IG posts to some friends. A friend of hers was running in a beauty pageant competition, and she was like, "Good luck on your pageant," just like an hour before she jumped.
So what is this social media where these kids are thinking 30 is like 70 years old? I mean, what is going
Yep,
on that they
I
think
think
is
so.
30?
I remember when I was 25, I swear to God, I remember this like yesterday, thinking to myself, wow, I don't want to be 30 because 30 is so old. I don't want to get to 30. I want to be in my 20s forever. I should just die at 30. I remember thinking that. It would be the perfect age to die is 30. So hopefully maybe I'll die or something. I remember thinking that. Like it was so
Wow.
bizarre because I just thought that was so old.
I kind of disagree with the why the social media thing is important. I think their whole life has been like this social media presence, and they think as they age they are not going to be relevant anymore. And that is more terrifying to them than dying.
Yeah.
But it I don't know. It must because they in their own, when you're on social media, you see your own algorithm of what you think is, what you like and stuff. So it must be that they're in their own world on social media, seeing young kids, young kids, young kids. Because when I go on my Twitter, it's all older people because I'm older, so I follow older people. And she following just like young kids who are like, wow, I can imagine being 25. People who talk like that, 25 must be old. So is it influencing like, yo? Because I don't know how you could turn on TV and be like, yo, oh man, I don't want to get 30 because I'm gonna be washed up. Everybody on TV is older than 30, pretty much.
On all the Real Housewives, they're all older women.
Right, they're all older women, so there's not like you could just. I'm not sure what world that they're seeing where once you hit 30, it's a wrap for you because there's
Yep.
always going to be more opportunities for you.
I
Because
think it's their references. Like if you are old enough to remember Vine, you're old on the internet. I mean,
I can
but
remember 8 tracks, so I'm really old. So I guess they haven't got to that point where they're like, I appreciate getting older because a lot of my friends didn't see it or they live in lives that I don't want to live, and I'm loving getting older every year.
Me
but your
too.
So
life isn't tied up in how many likes you get. How many? I mean, you want likes. You. I mean, especially for like the videos. Please like, but your whole existence isn't wrapped around that. That's what I think is happening. is if I tweet something and nobody likes it, I don't panic. I don't care.
Right.
I mean, I don't know that many people on Twitter anyway. But if they tweet something and nobody likes it, their world falls apart. And I
True.
think that's the problem, is that they've invested so much of their life and their self-worth in what other people think about them that they can't cope when that's not there.
True.
How do you break out of that? How do they break out of that? Because it's only gonna get worse. Because this metaverse is gonna take over. So,
Oh, I can't wait.
What is that?
metaverse is pretty much virtual reality headset where you're going in and you're going into a whole world of just online stuff. Like
Dang.
Did you hear about
imagine
the woman who's trying to sue because she was sexually harassed in the metaverse?
there's a woman
Really?
said he got gang raped in the metaverse.
Well, hell no.
Take it off. Take off the helmet. Create the
Okay,
research.
just leave. Turn it off. You don't have to stay there for that. But the way you break out of it is you grow a personality. That's how you get out of it. You become your own person. And that's what is not happening. I can see it with my grandchildren.
When's the last time you went out somewhere and didn't take your phone?
Shoot.
Never.
By accident.
I've been doing that recently. When I go to the store, I leave my phone in the house. Don't even bring it.
Really? Why?
I mean, you got to end that. You got to end that dependency on your phone. Sometimes you got to get away from it.
I disagree for one very good reason. I locked my keys and my phone in my car at a grocery store, and there was no payphone for me to use.
What did you do before they had? What did you do before there's payphone? I mean, what did you do before cell phones and stuff?
There were payphones.
Yep.
And I used them. I was one of the last people to get a cell phone. I wasn't the first one to jump on that bandwagon. My family drugged me into the future and said, "You're gonna get a cell phone." And the only way they did it is they bought me a phone that had a video game I like to play on it. That's how they got me. I'm not a person who, I don't upgrade every year. I don't do any of that. I agree with you that people need to be less dependent on their phones, but I will never leave my phone at home for the simple fact that there are no pay phones. If I have an emergency, I had to go into the store and ask somebody to call somebody for me, and that's the only reason. I'm not one of these. I got to be on Facebook every 5 minutes, and I'm not.
But you got help though. But you got help. You went inside the store and somebody called.
Correct. But what if I had been stopped on the middle of a road in the middle of nowhere? What if I had been driving from here to Sun Prairie and got stopped on that little back road and there's no phone? Stop laughing at our town names.
It's so cute.
But no matter what, I mean, if something happens, something's gonna happen. I mean, you can have your cell phone with you. I mean, but I don't know.
Do you know how many horror movies start with people that their car breaks down and they walk up to that farmhouse?
I'm not walking to a farmhouse.
Where am I supposed to get help? I'm not gonna find a payphone on the middle of the road.
Walk to the next city.
I'll be home near next city over from Sun Prairie is Madison.
No, what I'm saying is that you'll find a way. I mean,
but don't go to the farmhouse.
Right. Don't go to sketchy areas. I mean, if I recently I was coming back from Iowa and my tire blew out.
Iowa.
I mean, I actually had when I was doing Uber Eats, you get roadside service. and I was having trouble getting the tire off. So I was like, you know what? Let me just call roadside service, and they'll come hook it up for me. So I put it in my phone, roadside service, and I was out there for like an hour waiting. And I was like, yo, this is bullshit. I'm just going, the tire was stuck. So I just went over and kicked the tire a few times and took it off and just changed. It's like, it was worthless to try to get help. I should just did it myself in the first place.
Yeah, but what if you can't? I can't take a tire off.
You don't know how to change a tire?
I didn't say I didn't know how. I said I can't, which means I don't have the physical strength to. Well, okay, I guess I could jump on it. If I jumped on it, it'd probably fly off and go down the road. But a woman on the side of the road in the middle of the night, that's just big. I'm calling somebody. I need to call somebody.
I mean, I understand more. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. I'm trying to get be less on my phone. That was my so that's why I just leave it at home and go do what I gotta do and come back. And there's always that time when people are blowing my phone up for nothing. But if I'm sitting here just twiddling my thumbs, my phone does not ring or anything. But the moment I have, something comes up, and I was, hey, what are you doing? Hey, how's it going? No. Too late now.
I mean, I understand you about the phone addiction, because I do believe that a lot of people are addicted to their phone. I'm addicted to something else, which is my video games, but I understand what you're saying. But parents have gotten in the habit of putting screens in front of babies.
Yep.
And
babies.
Once they get that, it's constant stimulation, and they want that. And I mean, I asked my daughter, when's the last time you just sat down and read a book to your kids? And she was like, what? And I'm like, hello. It's not.
Well, I mean, they grew up with screens, so you can't expect them to get books. So I mean, you should tell them, get some books. Make sure she's reading. Get some books. Make sure she can sign and write her name. That type of thing. But a lot of parents are now just like, this is how I was raised. Here you go. Here's this tablet.
That's not how my kids was raised. My kids was raised old school. And I'm talking like my parents. My mother was born in 1928. My father was born in 1933. I was raised real old school.
A lot of toxicity.
No, my parents loved me with.
A lot of parents love, but there's still toxic stuff that goes on between parents and kids. They still love them.
No.
So he was just raised perfect in every aspect in a way.
I don't think I was raised perfect, but I can tell you this: I am the most spoiled person I know.
So that's not okay. That's not all.
That I don't think that's toxic. My parents just.
You don't think that's
because I'm adopted? Because I'm adopted.
Okay, but you're saying you're spoiled, so you have certain expectations that you have in things that of being spoiled. Like you told me no, that gets
exactly.
Okay, then. So,
but if somebody does not accept that, they are free to walk away, and they're free to walk away with the acknowledgement that okay, you won't accept that. Fine, go away, because I will not accept the fact that you tell me no. So if you choose to leave, I'm not gonna turn into this psycho and chase after you. Why would I chase after you? You're not gonna give me what I want. But the things that I don't accept no about are very small. Okay, I don't expect you to buy me flowers and pay my rent and all this. That's not. If I say I want a collectible and you say no, I will get immediately angry. But if I say I want a house in Bel Air and you say no, I say okay.
Okay, okay, okay. Listen, nope. If you can afford a house in Bel Air, you already got a house in Bel Air. So
No, but
asking for that does not. But you're
no,
saying
a spoiled person would expect you to get that for them no matter what. I'm spoiled, but my expectations are down here.
so.
Stop
I mean,
laughing at me, Marcy.
you just said a collectible. So if a guy's like, I'm not buying you that. You just got the collectible, last week. You gonna throw a fit.
But that's reasonable. That's reasonable. That's a no. That's reasonable. Because if you just bought me a $350 collectible last week and I'm asking for another one, then I'll be like, okay, well, can I put it on my wish list and maybe we can get it in 2 months? I'm reasonable at that point. But if like straight out the gate you tell me no, you can't ever get a collectible, I'm done. I gotta walk away. I have a collectible. Yeah, I've got very expensive collectibles in my house, and no, the worst I did was have a fit in a store. I fell out on the floor over a doll.
How old were you? 30.
26.
So you don't see an issue with that? I mean,
Yeah, I saw an issue with that, but I
wait,
really
stop,
wanted
stop,
that doll.
stop, stop, stop. You were 26 and you fell out in the store over a doll.
Mhm.
So you don't think that's something that being spoiled is an issue?
On that day, it was an issue. On that day, it was an issue. That was an extreme case.
That's a
But
very extreme case.
I never got told no again.
I mean, but okay, but how many times is okay?
How many times what?
Is somebody gonna put up with that?
I only did it the once.
That's all. I mean, but he probably was like, okay, I'm gonna give in, but this is
No,
ridiculous.
I did get told no after that. Like I got told no, I couldn't get a new laptop. But I said, okay, as a compromise, if I upgrade my desktop and it's cheaper, can I do that? And I got that okay. So I'm flexible. I am flexible, sort of. But I don't like hearing the word no.
And
I live with a cat.
I mean, you got to realize. I mean, like,
But at least I'm not subjecting people to this. I'm not putting myself out there. I'm not seeking out people. I know I'm this way. And I stay to myself. Me and my cat live here in perfect harmony. And I don't purposely put people in a position where they have to be subjected to my being spoiled. I spoil myself. I buy all the things
I
I
do that
want.
too. I'm the same way. I don't ask anybody to buy me shit. I get it for myself.
well, speaking of kids, let's talk about this. 3 sons beat their stepfather to death because they were abusing their sister. Was it? Wait, I think two of them are sons and one's a friend. Yeah, their
Yep.
friend.
Yep.
2 kids and their friend pummeled their stepfather to death after he's accused of sexually abusing their sister. I think these kids should not go to jail. They should get a warning, slap on the wrist, probation, a couple years. What do you think?
Well, they killed somebody, and I think they could have let the law handle it.
Did they go to the law? Did they report that? Let me skim through this.
I don't even know, to tell you the truth. I mean, because you're saying, not you, but you're saying by signing this petition that it's okay that they killed someone because he molested the daughter. it's not okay that he did that, but I think they should have let the law handle it because they're definitely going to handle it. And he would get handled in jail.
A lot of times it doesn't happen the way people think.
Either way, he would have gone to jail. I
Yeah,
just don't understand why they risk their own lives to.
Not necessarily.
yeah, a lot of times it doesn't happen though, because a lot of times you don't want the girl to testify, or they
Well,
find.
then kill him after. But damn.
Well, I can see if they went to the police several times, like, we know where this guy's at, go get him. We have a general idea where he's at, go get him. And the police are like, oh, we have our process. And you're like, yo, if we find him before you do, that's pretty much what happened. Like, if we find him before you do, we gonna handle it.
Yeah.
And they found him before the police did, and they handled it. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were stomping him out, like, not thinking, like, I hope you die. But they wanted to put him in the hospital for a little bit, and he just happened to die. But
Okay, so they beat him to death.
They
Didn't use any kind of weapon.
Brass knuckles, they said.
Oh, so their intent was to hurt him severely.
Yeah,
maybe not kill him, but hurt him severely.
I would say, yeah.
They need to be punished for that because they had the intent to hurt another human being.
I would say, give them some probation, some community service.
Community service.
We've seen people do more and get less time, and then get any time. So
I wonder what's going to happen. I really do.
We need to keep track of this case. We got to put a pin in this one and keep track of what happens with this, because
they are probably going to have it says release of brothers, so they've been convicted and sentenced.
No, they haven't been convicted.
They're just arrested.
They're just arrested.
They will probably be convicted.
Probably. I don't think anyone's going to care about a signed petition.
Most petitions don't really do nothing anyway. You're just putting your information out there is what they do. Because in Wisconsin, when they had that petition to recall Scott Walker, all that did was put everybody's information on the internet. If you look up somebody's name and they sign that petition, you could actually see their signature, name, and address online somewhere. And I'm like,
and people were denied jobs and fired because they had signed that petition.
For what now?
To recall our at
governor.
That time governor.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
And they put, if you sign that petition, your information was online somewhere. I'm talking about your full signature, name and address, telephone number, if you sign that petition. Because they scanned it in and had to submit it. So they scanned it in and put it on the internet.
Jeez.
Crazy. Yeah, people ask, did you sign a petition? No, I don't trust that. And I was right for not doing it.
I hear they look at your Facebook and everything now when you're trying to get a job. I just couldn't imagine that. I don't have a Facebook, thank God. I used to have a personal Facebook, but this guy put it to me like this. Not that I'm Jennifer Aniston, not that I'm Brad Pitt, and I'm not at their level. But he said, Marcy, you do porn. There's no reason you need a personal Facebook. He goes, does Brad Pitt have one? Does Jennifer Aniston have a personal Facebook for high school? And I'm like, no. He goes, you don't do that because exactly what's happening to you is why. Because I think I told you this already. I had people coming and commenting and saying really mean shit and just saying shit that you wouldn't say if it was just like my Marcy Diamond page. Nobody says that shit. But they feel comfortable to say it. Oh my God, can you believe I went to school with her and look what she's doing now? People just don't say that when it's my Marcy Diamond page.
I went through when I was on Facebook, I went through and pretty much erased everybody I went to high school with. And I was like, why am I keeping in touch with y'all?
Yeah.
I didn't hang with y'all in high school. I'm not going to hang with y'all now. I'm not even in the same city anymore. So what are we keeping in contact for?
Facebook is high school forever, and it's so true.
I'm past high school. I don't
And
even
I
want.
was totally invisible in high school because nobody from my high school has ever contacted me.
I don't have any friends from high school. I have one. That's it. One. I don't keep friends from way back. For some reason, I'm just not good at that.
When Facebook first started and everybody's getting on it, you catch in with your old high school, classmates and hook up with a few of them, that type of thing. I mean, that's all wore off years ago. So it's like, I don't want to be here anymore. You know what I'm saying? I
Yep.
seen how y'all living. Congrats. I'm going on with my life. I might get on Facebook every once just to promote some or, be social for a little bit and like, this sucks.
Yep,
Get right
it
back off.
does. It really does. It's the same old people, same old shit. Especially the worst is when people are airing out their dirty laundry. I saw two people that my husband has on Facebook, and when they were going through a divorce, it was, she's a bitch, she's cheated, she's terrible. And then the other one was saying how he don't watch the kids and he doesn't pay child support. And I was like, oh my God, you guys are shameless.
Well, the one thing I hate most is false and misinformation, and that's all Facebook is.
Yep.
Oh man, just people just post anything, any type of conspiracy theory, any type of story. Don't even check the source or nothing. Like,
Yep.
like don't you remember when Ebola was real famous? I mean, not famous, but coming back, and people were posting so much craziness. Like this one girl posted that the guy who had it died and came back from the dead, and it's like, did you even check the source of this? Why are you sharing this? You know this is not real. You know it's
Wow.
not real. Why are you sharing this?
Wow.
But doesn't that have something to do with what you click on? Because I don't have, the only thing I have in my Facebook feed are the people that I interact with on Facebook, like my daughter, my son, my coworkers. I don't get political stuff. I don't get any of that. So my algorithm must be set to like only look at like the people I interact with. So don't you have to click on something?
No, it's basically if you have a bunch of people, everybody has different thoughts, so they just sharing shit. If you have more than like 200 friends, you're gonna get a lot of 200 different personalities. You're gonna see a lot of craziness.
Oh, so it's what other people
Yeah,
post that shows up in your feed because you're friends with them.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Then my friends are very boring because nothing shows up.
Well, people believe anything they see, so they want to share it, and it's like, why are you sharing this? This shit's not. This shit's not real. It's about that time. Should I put your information? All right, everybody. Thank you for watching so much. If you're listening on the streaming platforms, make sure you give us a review. Make sure you like and repost for all that good stuff. You can watch this on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, comment, give us a like, all that good stuff. If you want to see more of us, come to the YouTube, Marcy Diamond, subscribe, because we have Marcy Diamond, and her Twitter is Marcy Diamond 2. Why is it number 2? Because her second Twitter, they banned the first one. Also check out the website, www.pog.life. Leave it at that. I am Ras Mixx. You can find me on all social medias at Ras_Mixx, and also Ras Mixx on YouTube. Subscribe. I'm close to a G. I'm close to 1,000 subscribers. Keep subscribing, keep supporting, keep watching my videos. And we have Kinshok at Kinshok29 on Twitter. Make sure you add her and ask her about her wigs in the role plays. Any last words before we head out?
No.
All right. Thank y'all so much for all the support. Keep supporting, keep liking, keep subscribing, and we are out. Y'all have a